gentlemen, at this time, we're asking you to please rise again, remove your headwear. Players, please keep on your helmets. For the plane of our national anthem.
Good morning, folks, and welcome inside the Rec Center in Truro, Nova Scotia as we get set for U11A finals here on Championship Saturday as we get set for the Day of Champions. Starting in golf for the Cape Breton County Islanders, number 90, Bruce Zane. And it's 200 feet from him is going to be number 1, Owen Hudson, as we get set, and we're underway here between the Islanders and the Blues. The Bedford Blues blue from Bedford, and the Cape Breton County Islanders from Cape Breton. I remember growing up always playing against the Islanders at at Provincials, and coming down, they were always high contenders. As we'll see how they fare up against the Blues from Bedford here today as a chance for the Islanders. Marchand tried to get it back, but it's sent back the other way. Chance for the Blues, a shot there. That one touched some iron past the glove of Zane. Is that one off the stick of Ethan Earl and chipped down into the Blues zone. No icing on the call. It'll be Armstrong for the Blues, gathering it up. He looks to center through the middle of the ice. Good hold there at the blue line by Alexander McNeil. That shot towards the net is broken up by the Blues, and out they come. Here's Armstrong. Carter Armstrong to center, turns it over, and now a break back the other way for Simon. A shot there from distance. That one got elevated up over top, and Brown will get in there on the forecheck for the Islanders. Chance here, a shot from distance, a rebound, and they score. Puck was loose, and the whistle had gone. They'll wave it off as McPherson thought he had the first goal of the game. As Alexander Brown out up front with Brenton Kagan. McPherson on the draw, so we almost saw the first goal of the game early on there in this one. As the puck was loose, it got whistled off because the referee thought the puck was covered. He thought Hudson had it. As a nice pass finds Brown. Brown tried to move, was unable to pull it off, and back the other way. Here come the Blues through the neutral zone. Up over the line, great defensive play there. Getting back and picking the stick was Kagan. Down the far side, it's the Blues controlling. It's Dunford. Turns that over. That'll be chipped up the wall, and back here comes the Islanders. McPherson for Kagan. Kagan trying a couple moves, turns it over. Gets it right back. A shot there is blocked. Looking for it. Kagan towards the net and held on to, this time secured down by Owen Hudson. As he'll hold on for a whistle. Face-off's going to go to his glove hand side. Ryder Simon to take the draw in the offensive zone. He wins that back. A shot there. Steered just wide off the draw to the short side. Makovich steps up, and it's tipped around him. Now here's a chance back the other way, as going down there was Brown. Is a shot there, and holding on as Bruce Zane gets tested for the first time. Bruce Jing Ling Lin Zhang getting the start here for the Islanders as he gets set. Face off to his glove side as one back into the corner. As unable to come up with it was Markovich. And now the Islanders will come back the other way after breaking that puck out of their zone. It's stopped up in front of the ringette line and back the other way. Here comes Brown. He'll center over to the far side and trying to chip that puck in over on the far wall was Harley. He'll get it down below the goal line now. It's picked up by the Islanders. That's Walker below his goal line. Walker's going to use his speed, get around one up the wall. Grayson Walker trying to center. It's picked off in the neutral zone as that was a chance, and now up for Earl out of his reach and poked back as Kelly was there as well as Phelan. back up over, or trying to get it over the blue line as he'll battle it in, and delayed offside will stop the play as Phelan touched the puck up offside. 11:43 remaining here in the opening 15 minutes of play. As thanks for tuning in here on High Button Sports. I'm Logan Carruthers. The U11A final as the U11B final just commenced. The Sackville Flyers getting the win there. As here's a chance out in front, just out of the reach of the man waiting in front, Angus McDermott, as back to the blue line, stepping in and keeping it down low was McNeil, as he'll get back in defensive position. My apologies, that was actually Lucas Rattel, as the Blues now in over the line. Earl to the outside, protects, shoots, that one elevated over top of Zhang to the short side. A nice move around one. Here's Kelly. He'll let a shot go, an ice burner. Steered away by Zhang into the corner. Good job, McDermott protecting. He'll play it up the wall. Out to the reach there and to the point. A shot there is blocked as McAllister had it go off a stick, and it'll be to the far side where it's picked up is McPherson. Centering and unable to come up with anything out front. McPherson centers again. He'll find the man in front. Puck loose. Zhang scrambles, and he'll find out and find it and hold on for a whistle. As McPherson centered, had the man alone in front, Leo LeBlanc, but was unable to bury it home. Offensive zone draw for the Blues. It'll be sent in by Harley to the short side. Stepping in and pushing it back down low. McDermott turns it over, and how is a chance there for the Blues in tight as Zhang steers that away, and now Brown will break it out. Alexander Brown down the wing into the offensive zone. A sharp angle shot, rebound, and a chance there for the Islanders. To the wall, Brown down low, centered out in front. Doesn't connect. It's Harley for the Blues. Harley will chip it back past the defenseman. That's going to go all the way. Will it have enough for icing? No. As Markovich back there before the goal line, he has the puck around the back of his net. Markovich stops up. Shakes the forecheck off. He'll play it over for McPherson. McPherson up for Cagden. Cagden up ahead now. Here comes Brown over the blue line. A shot there as Bagnall had that one steered away from him, as Bagnall now trying to get a puck back in the corner. He'll leave it for Cagden. Cagden down low to the point for McNeil. McNeil walks in. He'll let a shot go. That one wide past the glove side over to the wave sign. To the point, intercepted. And that one will find its way out into the neutral zone. It'll force the Islanders to tag back up, as they had a little bit of a change. The Blues as well, as McNeil trying to work it in. Simon will backhand flip it in. Quickly back out into neutral zone by the Blues defenseman. Simon, he'll play that across. Up over the line. It's going to be Walker, a distance shot, and that'll be held on to by Hudson for a whistle. A little bit of back and forth action here to start this one off, as we're inside 9 minutes to play here in the opening frame. Simon to take the draw, has Bagnall lined up behind him, and Michael McNeil lined up on the winger spot as it's to the wall. The Blues defenseman, he's to center, it's turned over here. McNeil, a shot there, rebound and a pad save by Hudson. In tight, as McNeil had the first chance, and the second chance was Bagnall, and back here come the Blues. He'll chip that in. That's going to be Chip and Chase. Picking it up first, it's going to be the Islanders defenseman, and he's turning it over. Down and behind, that's Calgary. Calgary had it go off of his stick, and a chance for the Blues, but Zhang will freeze up play. It's going to be a quick little change up here for both squads. McDermott to take the draw. He'll face off against Earl. To the wall, Markovich. He's going to wheel the back of his net, stop up, and he's going to go up the short side now. Phelan picks that up on the half wall. He looks to center. He'll go to find the man on the far side. As sliding offside. Is offside at the line there. As it got passed back out. As McDermott tried to feed the man with speed. forcing them offside as McDermott and McNeil trying to connect up ice. Offside the call. Pushed ahead off the draw. Trying to get it was Phelan, but the Blues back the other way to center. Kelly down the wall. Kelly tries to stop up. He gets knocked off of that puck, and Markovic on the loose puck will ship it out. McAllister tries to hold it. It's a break back the other way. Here's Phelan down the wall, protecting, stops up, looks for an option, centers, finds McDermott trailing in, a shot there, and that one touched the iron off the blocker. As a loose puck in the corner, picked up, trying to spin off a check there with Shepard. He'll find Phelan, it goes off of his stick, and that one will be cleared up the wall by Armstrong. He'll find Brown, Bo Brown onto the stick there, as here's a chance for Earl, Ethan Earl in alone, and a great poke check by Zane. As what a poke check by Zane to get that puck out of harm's way, as a pass for Brown out of his reach is going to go all the way down. It's going to be an icing call charged against the Islanders, as Zane, his first real big test of this one, he comes up big on the breakaway save on Ethan Earl. Out to take the offensive zone draw for the Blues is going to be number 12, Edison McPherson, as he faces off against Cole McPherson, potentially related, as that puck into the neutral zone. Back though for it is Dolly Moore, quickly up ahead. That'll be worked up here as Hartman centers, and that one goes into the corner. Zang bumped into there, he goes down, right back up and in to his stance, and the puck will be worked out by Cagden. Cagden down the far side. He'll cut to the middle. Cagden on his backhand, and a great stick on the back check to knock that away by Edson McPherson. Clear back here into the neutral zone for McNeil. Alexander McNeil up the wall for Brown. Alexander Brown and Alexander McNeil, the two Alexanders, were unable to connect there. As the puck now picked up, Rattel trying to work it down low. He will be able to get a stick on it and get it back down. It'll be picked up. Dollymore played around to the far side. Quickly up the wall. Good read on the far side by McNeil. To the point. Callery down below the goal line. McPherson's going to get on the forecheck. Dollymore reverses up the wall. Caden picks it off. Cagden down low on his backhand. Wraparound attempt. Rebound. Good job there as it got cleared to the point. Rattel picks it up. He'll let a shot go. It's blocked off the hand of the man. It's picked up, though, and sent back in by Cagden for Bagnall. Bagnall below the goal line, trying to spin away from some pressure. He'll turn it over onto the stick of number 12, Edson McPherson, and that'll be cleared out by the Blues into the neutral zone. Cape Breton off to a good start here. Shot 7-6, though, in favor of the Blues, as down the far side goes McNeil. McPherson looking to center out in front. It's intercepted. Rebound loose. And Bagnall there trying to bury it home as whistle goes, as Hudson finds the loose puck and holds on for a whistle. Simon will dig in, has McNeil and Bagnall out there with him. Micah McNeil lets a shot go. It's blocked. Rebound onto the stick of Simons. Down low. Centered out in front. Has Bagnall there trying to bang it home. It goes back to Markovic. Fakes a shot. Now he'll let one go. That one blocked. Up into the mesh and out of play. Face-off will stay inside. Off the shot. The heavy shot of Ian Markovic. So he'll peel off for the change. U11A. Day of Champions here in Truro, Nova Scotia, as one team will be awarded the gold medal after this game. As here's McNeil, he'll play it across. Taking his time, now letting a shot go was Walker, but it's blocked off into the corner. Walker's going to stay at the point. He'll keep it in. Onto the stick of Shepard down low. Trying to get away from some forecheck, or I guess some back check pressure, I guess you could say, as Shepard as it's cycled back down low by McNeil. Cleared up the wall, heads up, bounce off the Zamboni door onto the stick, a centering pass. Back to the point as the Cape Breton squad gets set up here in the offensive zone. over top of the line, and that one squeaks out. They'll be forced to reset. McDermott for McNeil, back for McDermott. Under his stick, and the Bedford Blues back the other way to the outside. Here's a chance for the Blues, and a great back check. Taking that away was Bagnall. Here's a chance out in front for Brown, and that one turned away by Zhang. Up ahead, centering pass for Phelan. Phelan gets a stick on it for Shepard. Shepard down the wing, lets a shot go. That one steered away off the blocker of Hudson to the corner. Cleared off the back of the skate is now. It'll be picked up here by Brown. Brown up through the neutral zone. And over the blue line, Brown poked off of his stick by Cowrie. Cowrie still with it, sticking with it. He'll find the man in the middle. Here's McPherson up for Phelan. Phelan trying to work it in. He's had a little bit of extended shift as the Blues turn it over and back the other way. Here's Kelly 2-on-2 with Earl. Kelly down the far side. He'll send one towards the net. Trickling down and steered in behind by Zhang. The Islanders look to quickly go back here on the attack. Cagdon overskates that puck. Here's Earl over top of the blue line to the far side. Stopping up, he'll cycle down low off the skate of the official. Play D-to-D here for Brown as they turn it up. Try to working it up ice. Centering pass, it's picked off. Here's Earl. He'll let a shot go. It's blocked. Another chance. Earl, rebound, kick save by Zhang. Cleared to the point. Brown, chance there. Toe save, rebound. Earl trying to bury it home. Was just unable to gather up the bobbling puck. And now that'll break free. Here comes Brown through the middle of the ice. He'll let a shot go. That one just steered wide. Armstrong around to the far side. Centered onto the stick, or just out of the reach, of Earl, is Bagnall off the bench trying to re-attack. Bagnall shooting, it's blocked. Right back onto his stick. Bagnall to the outside, to the inside. Bagnall shoots, and a blocker saved by Owen Hudson. Bagnall keeps it down low, looks out in front, centers off the stick to the point. Markovic, both him and his D partner stepped up. It's worked past him by Earl. Earl with a step stops, and he'll cycle it in deep and peel off for the change. As down low, Shepard turns it over, but quickly back on it are the Islanders. Cleared back here for McNeil. Trying to break free down the wall, and a great defensive play to break that up by Keegan McPherson. Markovic stepping in once again. That'll get onto the stick of McNeil. He'll let a shot go. It's blocked, and the rebound is picked up. Trying to spin away, Maddox Harley. He'll find the man on the wall off the backhand and sent back in deep. McNeil's going to apply some light pressure on Armstrong. A nice move to the outside. Here goes Armstrong down the wall. Toe drag, pushing it back to the outside. Here's Armstrong. He'll dump it in as he hits blue. Markovic on the half wall, trying to work it up there to Simon. It's turned over in front in the slot. Cycled back down low and run. We'll chip it up. Not out. Harley holds it back down in deep. Markovic on it first. Has some time. He'll play it over to the short side. Dollymore holds the line. Down low. It's going to be Hartman. Onto the stick of McPherson out front. And Markovic not too happy with the extra jab there from Edison McPherson as he heads off for a change. Brown out to take the draw with Easton Furlong on one wing, and it looks like on the other side it's going to be Case and McLean. Puck back and sent back in deep by the Blues as they look to sustain some offensive zone time. That'll be short-lived as out. Here comes Phelan through the neutral zone. Phelan, he'll take it wide. Phelan lets a shot go. That one off the stick to the far side. It'll be picked up and centered onto the stick, and back here with some speed is going to be Kelly. Kelly to the outside, lets a shot go. He scores! And the Blues lead by one. As the defenseman goes end to end. I believe that was Keegan McPherson, and the Bedford Blues blew up by one here in the finals. McPherson out to take the draw against Kelly. Played back. Looking for an option. Rattel over to the far side. Callery had it poked off and into the corner as he gets back for it. Callery stops up. He's bothered by Brown. Brown, loose puck, centered out in front. Zhang with the save, rebound, and that'll do it here for the opening 15 minutes of play here inside the Truro Rec Center. The Bedford Blues with a 1-0 lead here to finish off the first period off the stick of defenseman Keegan McPherson as he goes end to end and buries it home. I'll be back here in about 30 seconds time for the second period of play. And welcome back here for the second period of action. The Blues with a late goal from number 16, Keegan McPherson, has them up late in the first to start this second period off here at Day of Champions in Truro, Nova Scotia. Thanks for tuning in on High Button Sports. I'm Lone Carruthers. A 1-goal lead here for the Blues to start this one off as Brown trying to answer back right off the second period draw as it's sent in. Brown centering. Cagdon was there, has it. Now off of his stick and out into the wall here by the door that the teams get introduced for Day of Champions here in Truro. Is a chance back here for Bedford. Kelly, one too many moves at the blue line, sets his man offside. And that'll stop play. That'll be our first whistle of the game. I don't believe they gave an assist to anyone on the goal. So it's a lone goal, and I guess you could say unassisted. Well, it is unassisted. It was end-to-end from one end to the other, but I believe someone must have touched it to get it to him. Is off the draw. The Blues look for another. They'll work it in below the goal line. Here's Earl, had it knocked away from him. Kelly's going to apply some pressure and back into the neutral zone. Dollymore off a body and right back here is Kelly. Over the blue line, Kelly poked off of his stick. Loose puck, picked up by McLean. Down low. Kelly along, he centers out in front, and that one will be cleared away by McNeil. To the outside, it'll be held in. Great job to get back was Edison McPherson, but quickly up ahead, the Cape Breton County Islanders looking to strike back. Is at the line. That'll get chipped in. Good job to make sure it got in was Maddox Harley. He'll be forced to tag back up as it was a delayed offside. Puck to the half wall, centered. Onto the stick, here comes Phelan. Phelan over the blue line. To the middle, Phelan has a man with him. A shot there, what a save as Owen Hudson with a spectacular pad save keeps the 1-0 lead up for the Bedford Blues. Hudson in desperation, sliding to his glove hand side, and a great pad save here in the championship game. That one's going to go on the highlight reel for sure. As Shepard off the draw, his shot goes into the corner. McDermott, who just got robbed by Owen Hudson, in there on the forecheck to the point. Shot there is blocked. Rebound loose in front. They score. McDermott gets it back. And the Islanders tie it up in the second period with 13:08 remaining. McDermott, who is just robbed by Owen Hudson, made no mistake with that rebound, got it elevated over top of him. And just like that, folks, back to a fresh start here in the rec center. In Truro is back to a tie game. 1-1 the score. It's into the Cape Breton zone they go. Clearing attempt, held in. A shot there is tipped. Rebound in the slot. Still loose. Shot there. Oh, and what a save by Zhang with the stick, as in desperation he laid it down and was able to keep this a 1-1 game. As back here comes Shepard through the middle. Off the stick of Dollymore. That'll activate Phelan. Phelan trying to work it towards the net. That's turned over and back. Here come the Blues. That's going to go all the way down, though. It's going to be an icing call charged against the Bedford Blues. Draw one back. Markovic shots blocked. He'll get it in deep, though, on the second attempt, as Kelly to the bench after blocking that heavy Markovic shot. Markovic good hold at the line. He'll keep it in, though, but Harley trying to break it out the far side, turns it over. As back onto the stick. And out here come the Blues. Here's Earl. Onto the stick of the guy trying to get that in was Brown, as it's turned over at the blue line. Earl looking for an option. Earl down the side, stops up, goes continuing on to the net, to the point for LeBlanc. Shot, that one elevated over top of the net. As a good chance there for Leo LeBlanc. Cagden up ahead for him. LeBlanc back there, good defensive posture, gets back and on the attack. Here come the Blues. Over top of the ring outline, a shot from distance into the chest of Zhang, who holds on for the whistle. As that shot from Chase Hardington into the chest. Centered out in front by the Blues. Here's a chance. Hardington trying to elevate and held on to. What a chance there for Chase Hartigan. My apologies. As that'll be picked up off the draw here by the Islanders. They have an odd man rush if they can get going. Down the wing, here's McNeil on his backhand. He looks to center out in front, out of the reach of Bagnall, right back onto the stick. McNeil towards the net, and out one off the skate of the defenseman and held on to by Hudson. Clara Burke and Sam Purdy, the backup goalie tenders here today for the championship game. We'll see if they get the second half of the game or if they'll stick with one here as the Blues back up over, trying to work it into the line. It's going to be in, but it's going to be offside. They'll be forced to tag up, and the Islanders right back the other way. Inside the line, it's spun back, trying to work it out was McAllister. It's turned over. Here's a chance. Phelan shoots that one off the iron into the corner. Picking it up. Hartigan up the wall. It'll be chipped down and trying to slide through was McPherson. It's turned back into the neutral zone, though, as Shepard will chip that up. Dollymore quickly up ahead as they look to work back here. Come the Blues. It's turned over, though. Back for Armstrong. Armstrong, chip play up ahead. Hartigan skating onto it with some speed on his backhand. Into the corner, trying to center out in front. Was unable to, as that spinning opportunity from Kaysen McLean to the point. A shot there. Rebound loose. Clearing attempt up through the middle of the ice, and now a 2-on-2 back here for the Islanders. Phelan down the middle to the outside on his forehand. Phelan shot and calmly held onto by Hudson for a whistle, as Owen Hudson looking calm in between the pipes for the Blues on that save. As a face-off will go to his blocker hand side. Harvey Brown for the Blues in to take it. It's over to the wall and trying to chip it out was Dollymore. Is to the point now for the Islanders. They'll hold line. And they'll get it back in down below the ringette line. Cagden trying to give and go pass. It finds past him. Pavel's shot there. That one steered just wide. I think it might have hit a stick or a body on the way through the middle of the ice. It doesn't connect cleanly to the short side. Trying to work it out is Keegan McPherson, as he has the lone goal so far for the Blues. As McPherson for the Islanders centers Brown, and a big glove save by Owen Hudson, robbing the man there. Alexander Brown thought he might have had one, but coming across and flashing the leather. Owen Hudson, another big save in this one. It'll keep it tied up. So the goal was announced to Shepard, but I'm pretty sure it was McPherson. There's a shot there from a bad angle, goes off the side of the net, up to the point. Markovic pressured by Kelly. That'll get into the neutral zone. It's work D to D, and quickly up in over the zone. Here comes McNeil to the outside. McNeil drops in the centering pass for Simon. It's intercepted and cleared out of harm's way by the Blues forward. That time it was Leo LeBlanc. He's going to have to get back now. Actually, LeBlanc's a defenseman, played up, trying to, I think, maybe exit the zone a little bit there as McNeil keeps the line. Cape Breton Islanders' bodies go down, colliding with each other. Is a nice chip play. Here's a chance for Kelly. Kelly in alone, and what a back check by McNeil. Michael McNeil with a great burst of speed. The whistle goes. We're going to have a delayed call. It's definitely not on McNeil. It's going to be a cross check on Kelly, and the Islanders are going to head to the power play. 2 for cross-checking to Kingston Kelly. I'm going to guess he's a little bit frustrated with the missing the breakaway chance. Took his frustration out by the cross-checking. And now he will be sitting in the box for 2 or less. And now in between the pipes for the Islanders, Clara Burke is going to get the remainder of this game as we approach now the 8-minute mark here in the second period. They'll split this game. So Clara Burke now in between the pipes for the Islanders. Excuse me, folks, as that cough just snuck up out of me as Clara Burke makes her first save of the game. Still in between the pipes is Hudson for the Blues, as they're out there trying to kill off a penalty. As in the box, Kingston Kelly serves. Shepard centers. Here's a chance. And tight, McDermott sends it wide. What a chance there, and what a save for Hudson, pushing well outside the blue paint to make himself big and take away the top of the net. As Clara Burke gets her second touch, I guess you could say, as she'll leave it there. As it'll be centered, Phelan finds Markovic, the big frame of the big defenseman in Ian Markovic. Cagden, good job staying on side, was Brown. Brown trying to make a move, unable to get around the man there, and a great defensive play by Hardigan to get it out into the neutral zone. Here's Walker, poked off of his stick to the wall. Hardigan will chip that up for Walker. He'll play it over for Cagden. Cagden up the wall, and it'll be sent in by McAllister. That was Armstrong getting it in deep. Killing off some time here is half a minute now remaining here on the power play for the Islanders, as here comes Alexander Brown. He'll go 1-on-2 down the outside. Brown, centering shot there. In behind the net, Armstrong will chip it around for himself to the wing. Good job there by McPherson. Reddit, he finds Cagden. Cagden's shot there, rebound, clear back to the point. Rattel will walk in, almost overskate it, get it back, shot blocked, another chance, that one wide. Here's McAllister clearing it up the wall. Cagden intercepted. He looks for an option out front. Cagden back to 5-on-5 we go. Brown in tight. He tries to get a shot away. Loose puck still there. Hudson looks for it. Brown on his knees clears it away and out to the far side. Here's Kelly. He'll make a move to the inside. Now back to the outside. Kingston Kelly out of the penalty box down the far side on Rattel. Stops up. Runs into Rattel. Still with it. Kelly down low. Callery gets to it first. It's up the wall. And here's McPherson centering up through the middle. Can the man skate onto it? Yes, he can. Here's Bagnall. A shot there and a blocker save by Hudson. Brown on the far side, pressured into the skates of the official. Brown sticks with it, moves it up for Hardigan, and that'll be as far as that'll go. As back here is Bagnall trying to get it in deep. That center now, it's going to be picked up, and Rattel that time will make sure it gets in below the goal line, and he'll peel off for the change, the long change here in the second period is McNeil on the turnover. A shot there, and Brown disrupts that. Brown up, clearing attempt, held in. Markovich, a shot there. Goes off the body and into the corner. That one played over to the short side. Stepping in was Squires down below. Squires is going to back off as here's Harley clearing attempt. Squires going to hold the line. Good job there. Squires at the bottom of your screen. Holding the line once again. Squires is going to stand up here. That one, this time, is going to get poked past him back into the neutral zone. Markovich up. Trying to work it up was Harley. It's chipped past him by Markovich back in front of the Cape Breton Islanders zone as they look to get back in as Brown of the Bedford Blues will turn it over, and it's going to go all the way down. No icing. It was Bedford who played it back as Dollymore to it first. He overskates it. Shepard in there on the forecheck. He was granted the goal. I don't know if he scored it, but Shepard is rewarded for the first goal of this game as he's down low with Phelan on the offensive zone attack. Looking for an option, though, on the turnover. Here come the Blues back, and a chance. 2-on-2. That's kicked outside with some speed, protecting, shooting off the glove of Burke. Has a good chance there for Easton Furlong. On the outside, down low. Now for Kaysen McLean trying to work it out. McLean's stick knocked away from him. And now back, here comes Shepard centering. Bouncing puck, that one picked off, and Furlong back here on the attack. Furlong lets a shot go. That one's blocked and out. Phelan has a man in the middle as Brown. Here's Alexander Brown, stays on side. Great job by Brown on his backhand, elevates it over top of Hudson. What a chance, Alexander Brown. Good recognition, good hockey sense to stay in on side. He waited just in front of the blue line and allowed the puck to come to him instead of skating up and then allowing it to come to him. So it kind of didn't give him, I think, all of what he wanted. He got caught a little bit, but Brown with a good chance for the Islanders as we approach the 3-minute mark. This period, folks, has just flown by. I'd like to thank you for tuning in here to Championship Saturday, the Day of Champions for the Nova Scotia Provincial League. As this one is the U11A as we're tied up at 1 apiece. Shots 18-15 in favor of the Blues as Cagdon intercepts that and will play it over to the far side for the Islanders forward. That's going to be Cole McPherson down the far side. McPherson will chip it in and chase. Down low, LeBlanc reversing. Nice little play there as the Blues look to break it out. Kelly looks to the middle, couldn't see or find anyone. As Kelly still with it. Down the far side, Kelly on his backhand, centering towards the net, and Clara Burke is going to hold on for a whistle. As I think Kelly was in there, he's saying sorry, he ran into Clara Burke. So with 2:10 remaining here in the second period, it's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Bedford Blues, who did get the lead here, but it was, well, the goal was credited, I believe, to the wrong player. I thought it was going to be number 27, Angus McDermott, potentially on the goal, but it was not. As here's Kelly with another chance. Trying to work it towards the net. It's turned back here by Markovich. Markovich trying to center, bouncing puck over the stick. Picking it up is Bagnall. He'll go one-on-one as he takes the man wide. A job by Oliver McAllister, disrupting him enough to keep him to the outside as Simon trying to work it towards the middle. It's turned over. That pass up ahead for Kingston Kelly. Kelly to the outside. Here's a 2-on-1. Has a man with him is Earl. Kelly on his backhand. Centered out in front. Onto the stick of Earl. Bounced away, though, as a good sauce pass there to the quarter as Simon trying to kick it up and out as he lost his stick somewheres in the neutral zone. As back here is a 5-on-4.5, I guess you could say, is trying to kick it out there is Simon. Overskates it into the corner now as Simon's going to elect to go to the bench as Shepard out. Here's a chance, 5-on-4 as the man now will get back into the zone, centered up through Shepard. He's going to try to skate onto it as there is going to be Hudson. He's going to try to play it away. Puck sat there free as it's picked up and chipped over. Trying to work it out was all for McAllister. He sticks with it. McAllister, he's going to try to skate it up and out. Goes off the skate of his own teammate. Turned over here for Bagnall. Bagnall shoots that one. A blocker save as we're inside a minute now remaining here in the second period. 1-1 the score. Bedford and Cape Breton down the wing. Here's a chance for McPherson with a step. McPherson to his backhand, and Burke with a big save on the breakaway. Still on the short side, trying to tuck it in on Burke. Is a chance there for the Blues in the dying seconds of the second period. Trying to regain their 1-goal lead back, but a big save from Clara Burke as she came in halfway through this period with the task of shutting down the Bedford Blues after a good start from Bruce Zhang, only allowing 1 goal. So shots now 21-17, I believe, still in favor of the Blues as the Islanders look to get back on the attack. It's turned over here now. Here's a late chance for the Blues. That one off the side of the net in the corner. Walker will play it up the wall. The Islanders break it out. Shepard trying to connect with Phelan here through the neutral zone, and that'll do it for the second period of play. After 2, we're deadlocked at 1 apiece between the Cape Breton County Islanders and the Bedford Blues Blue. We will be back for third period of action here on High Button Sports. You are watching the 2025-2026 Nova Scotia Day of Champions here in the Truro Rec Center. We'll be back in about 15 minutes' time. And welcome back, folks, for the third and final period of regulation. Overtime looking like it could be a possibility here inside the Truro Rec Center as the Islanders and the Blues are deadlocked at 1 apiece here to start the third period off. Nets are on. Pegs are in, goalies are in their net, referees are out, as Justin Belanger would say. We are ready to get going as Earl will face off, it looks like, against McPherson here to start the third period off. Thanks for tuning in here on High Button Sports. I'm Logan Carruthers, 15 minutes on the clock. And McPherson and Earl to take the opening draw of the third. And we're underway here, folks, as off the draw. Kelly tries to work it in. It's turned over at the blue line. Puck in front of the bench there of the Cape Breton County Islanders. Is that one mishandled there, as here's a chance for McPherson. Down the wing, he'll center, and a great hand-eye coordination by Armstrong to knock that down and quickly turn it up ice. Armstrong makes the man fall on the outside move to the inside, finds a man in front. They score! Earl from the feed from Armstrong, and just like that, the Bedford Blues regain their 1-goal lead. Ethan Earl make it 2-1 Bedford on a great hand-eye play by Carter Armstrong to knock the centering feed down on the attack. Quickly transition back up ice. He made a man move on the entry, made him go down. Then with a great move to the inside, slid it over. And with no mistake, Ethan Earl all alone in front found a way to snap it past the glove hand side of Clara Burke, who came into this game halfway through the second period. And the Bedford Blues looking to hold on to this lead as they gave up a 1-goal lead earlier on in the game. Is off the draw. Back to the point. Sent in by the Islanders. They look to respond back here quickly as Ethan Earl's name gets announced over the PA system here for making his team go up by 1 as that shot gets played over as Clara Burke plays it over now. Here's a chance, a shot, a glove save by Burke, and that one will get cleared out for Phelan. Phelan down the short side wall. He makes a move back to the outside. Phelan shoots that one, elevated just over top of the net of the Bedford Blues goaltender. Now in between the pipes, wearing number 17 is going to be Sam Purdy, as she's now in between the pipes. As Walker spinning it up the wall. That one, definitely too many men on the ice. No call there. They'll play on. As that one, they definitely had 6 there. Did the Cape Breton squad as they got away with one. As here's Simon centering onto the stick of Bagnall. Bagnall to the outside. He'll cut to the middle. Bagnall shot there. And a save. Good job making the save there. Is Sam Purdy. He's back in between the pipes for the third period of this one. As Winter takes it all here. Furlong centered, and Burke broke that up with her stick. Great job there by Clara Burke to take away that chance in tight on a good centering feed by the Blues forward. Is they'll try to work it back here. Is Simon tied up at center. He'll work it in. Nice toe drag. He sticks with it. Simon all tied up with Brown as Simon is holding the stick there of Brown. No call on the play as it's cleared by McNeil on into the feet of Walker. Walker will try to get that down. Simon overskates it, and back here come the Blues. Down the far side. That'll be driven in there by Case and McLean. McLean lets a shot go. Rebound. That one off the side of the net as a chance there off the stick of number 10, Easton Furlong. Off the side of the net, though, is a direction finder a little bit off there. Leo LeBlanc back into the neutral zone. Walker to it first. Over center. He'll get it in. No icing. LeBlanc back below the goal line. He'll cut up the far side. He'll play it over for McLean. McLean centers for Brown. Brown is going to be offside as Alexander Brown. And That was number 3, Harvey Brown for the Blues. Introduced themselves to each other. Maybe related, maybe not. One from Cape Breton, one from Bedford. So definitely from Nova Scotia, both of them. But are they related? I'm not quite sure, as it's a chance back here for the Blues, 2-on-2. Earl, the latest goal scorer, he's got the game-winning goal now as we stand, as Earl trying to pull it in. McPherson denied that, and Cagden trying to work it out, can't do so. Clary with a backhand attempt, unable to clear it. That one off the body. Kelly in the slot, spinning away from pressure. Kelly wasn't able to control it cleanly, and McPherson back the other way. 3-on-2 for the Islanders with Brown and Cagden. McPherson, a distant shot, a glove save, and Sam Purdy will hold on for the whistle. 11-14 now here remaining in the third period of play. A 1-goal lead for the Blues. Can the Islanders respond back and maybe try to push overtime or even win it here in regulation? Or can the Bedford Blues hang on and maybe potentially extend their lead and clinch a championship here on Saturday? As here's Kelly down the wall. Gets to it. It's going to be an icing call as he wasn't able to get to it before the goal line. And that'll go all the way back down into the Bedford Blues zone. I played for Tassa growing up, Bedford Blues, they were our rivalry. We played them most frequently. A lot of the guys went to school together as well. So it was definitely a good rivalry, but you get away from the ice and you all become buddies growing up. As here's a chance the other way. McLean gets tripped down. Harley's shot, rebound. Good job there by Burke. As here's Hardiman's shot there. That one lifted wide as Hardigan had a chance to try to extend their lead. In the corner, Walker up the wall, intercepted. Trying to keep it down and low is McPherson with Harley out there. Out of the corner, trying to work it towards the net. That one, good stick by Burke to poke it out. And now here's Phelan up the wall. Phelan up through the neutral zone. He'll work it in over the blue line. Phelan's going to send it all the way down around to the far side. That's Mark Phelan. He wears number 4. Is back into the neutral zone. Collected by the Islanders. Callery will chip it in. Not enough for icing as it got held up there by the Blues defenseman on the far side. Though he actually has a goal here today is Keegan McPherson out there on the back end. He'll step in, hold the line, a shot there from distance. That one wide past Burke to the short side, where Hardigan will put it back in deep and get it on the forecheck on the back of the net. Looks like it's going to stop play as the whistle goes, as the puck was stuck on the back of the net. A 2-1 lead here for Bedford. They lead the shot category as well, 26-21 as we approach, I guess, 9.5 minutes. Is 9:41 remaining here in the period. A 2-1 lead. Can Bedford hang on? Getting back to that rivalry, ended up playing with a lot of the players also in Bedford, and the likes of Liam Walsh and Alex Drover a little bit later on, who on the ice against each other, we were fierce rivalries, then put us on a team together, and we were good teammates and had a good couple runs. Me and Liam, who played in Bedford, actually ended up going to a national championship, the U18 level. So just goes to show that sometimes you play against guys growing up and then you merge up in the U18 or maybe even the U15 level and you end up playing together. So just goes to show how hockey can transition, and just because you're playing in one spot for the start of your career, it might not be where you finish your minor hockey career. As a shot on will be held on to by Purdy. Some players get to that U15 level and decide if they don't make their local team, they'll try elsewhere, and that's when you see some players, maybe playing here in Truro, just outside of town or down in South Shore. And that's where you see the crossovers of teams starting to combine and play together, is that U15 level. Here's a chance for Mark Phelan. In, shoots, and a glove save by Purdy. In behind the net, that one clear back to the point. A shot there from a man is blocked. That was Grayson Walker, tried to get one through, and back the other way here. 2-on-2 comes the Blues. A shot there from Brown is wide. That time it was number 4, Bo Brown. It's down low. Earl spins away from one. Trying to work it out of the corner there is Walker as he goes down. Walker from his knees loses it to Earl. Earl trying to work it out in front. Puck sent down back into the feet there as McDermott tries to work it up. McDermott will chip it up, and that one will get its way out as Armstrong was unable to hold the line, and Earl touched it offside. Going to be the call. Face-off will come out of the zone as a line change for both teams here gets underway. As I believe the Truro Bearcats and the Halifax Hawks playing off in the next game, so be sure to stay tuned on High Button Sports for that championship game here on Championship Saturday, Day of Champions here in Truro, Nova Scotia at the Rec Center. As that one will be held on to solidly there by Clara Burke. As McPherson on the draw, he'll win that back into the corner. It'll be played around to the short side. Trying to work it out. Here's Bagnall. Bagnall back up here. Through the neutral zone he goes. On his backhand. Great back check on the far side by Edison McPherson to make sure he didn't allow the man to get back in on the attack. Was Bagnall on the far side as it goes past up Squires for Shepherd. He'll chip that in right onto the stick of the Blues as ping pong down the far side wall continues in front of the penalty box and the scorekeeper clock. As it's worked back here, Markovich clearing attempt is held in. A shot there off the side of the net. It'll be played in behind of the Pictou. No, the Cape Breton County net as it's played out in front. That one off the skate and wide. Over to the short side. The Islanders look to get back here in this one, and now here's a chance. McPherson with Shepherd. McPherson trying to go across ice, and it's intercepted, and quickly here comes Keegan McPherson, has a goal. McPherson has shot that one. A pad save by Burke. Be played up the wall and chipped up. Cagden gets it out, and it's going to be an offside call at the line with 6:25 remaining here in the third period. Still a 2-1 lead for the Bedford Blues. Shots now 27-22 in favor of the Blues as they look to try to potentially extend their lead here in the later stages of the third period. As Simon back in over the line. Simon mishandles the puck and turns it over back the other way. Here goes the Blues. It's going to be Furlong. Knocked off of his stick. Simon quickly up ahead. Cagden over the line. Cagden to the middle and a great stick breaking that up by the defenseman in Dunford as he'll get it to center, trying to get it in. Runs into Brown, onto the stick of Simon. Simon moves around one. Simon, toe drag around another. Here's a chance for Simon. A shot and a blocker saved by Purdy. Clearing attempt. Held in by Squires. That shot is blocked by Dunford. Another chance. Still loose in front. Clearing. Back to the point. It's going to be Squires stepping in as he wasn't able to hold the line, but he slowed the man down. As Brown turns it over outside the blue line. Simon trying to work it right back in. He turns it over, and that one's going to get sent down by the Blues. It's going to go for an icing call here with 5:26 remaining in the period. As I mentioned, be sure to stay tuned here all day on High Button Sports. Action coming from 9 a.m. as the U11B finals got underway there. The Sackville Flyers coming out with a victory. Now the U11A finals is underway here as the Bedford Blues lead by a score of 2-1. More action throughout the day, and it's going to be capped off at the end of the night with a 5 p.m. matchup of the U13A division between the Tassa Ducks and the Cape Breton County Islanders, as the younger Cape Breton County Islanders of the U11 division try to claim a provincial championship of their own, but they trail by 1 here in Truro. As here's a chance back the other way as Earl tried to break through. It's turned back, and Shepherd, he goes down. Phelan picks up the loose puck, turns it over at the blue line, and back here come the Blues. For Kelly, over the line, he'll let a shot go. And Burke steers that away. Good stick there by Cagden. He's going to try to get a step on the man, trying to work it in. He sticks with it. Here's a chance. Cagden slides it back door, and Phelan elevates it over top of the net. Down low, Cagden spinning away from pressure. Armstrong gets to it. He goes down as McPherson in there to try to help out. As it's cleared back to the point, McNeil will dump it back in deep. That one will be cleared over to the far side where Walker will step in and send it back in down low. In down low is Cagden centers. Here's Brown off the bench, and just under his stick, Brown gets it right back into the corner. Alexander Brown centers. Wasn't able to get it out. In front is back. Here comes Kelly for the Blues. Kingston Kelly gets tied up, turns it over to Alexander Brown. Now back to the way. Brown has Phelan. Over for Phelan. Mark Phelan gets to it. In front, Brown, and under his stick. What a chance for the Islanders as they look to respond. Here is McDermott will activate off the bench into the slot. As you see, number 27 there by the Cat Country sign as he works it, trying to find the man back door. As here's Kelly. That one gets cleared all the way past the defenseman McNeil. Will it have enough legs for icing? Yes, it will. And a stoppage of play here with 3:24 remaining on the clock in the third period. As a few chances for the Cape Breton County Islanders. It's going to be McDermott on the offensive zone draw. Big draw here as it's one back in LeBlanc to it for the Blues. That'll be played around here to the short side for Hardigan. Trying to work it out. Hardigan turned over to McDermott. McDermott finds Phelan. Phelan fans on that shot as he couldn't get it towards the net. Centered out in front, back into the corner, onto the stick, and a nice move to the middle by Edson McPherson. He'll get his feet moving. Good back check there by McNeil on the back check as he'll get sent in by McPherson. Over to the short side, trying to work it out. Here go the Islanders. Phelan trying to chip it up and out. Wasn't able to. Leo LeBlanc lets a shot go. That one is blocked off into the corner. Quickly up the wall. Turned over. Hardigan centers. Picked off. Puck still loose in the slot. That one by Hardigan will get sent just wide into the far side. Sent back down. Clary turns it over. Here's a chance in tight. They score! The Blues extend their lead to 2 on a goal from Edison McPherson. And the Bedford Blues with a little bit of insurance here late in the third period. 2:24 remaining on the clock. And a 3-1 lead now here for the Blues. That's their biggest lead of the game as Edison McPherson out in front and has his team now up by 2 as that's the insurance marker they were looking for. As here's Cagden. And McPherson shoots, he scores, and the Islanders responding back with one of their own, and the selfie cam comes out as Cole McPherson brings them back within 1 just seconds after the Bedford squad took the 2-goal lead. Off the draw up at center, McPherson works it in and snipes it home and brings his team back within 1 here as we approach the 2-minute mark in the third period. As the Blues thought they had insurance, now here Cardigan. Cardigan on the backhand, he gets taken down, no call as he goes into the net. Cardigan looks for a call on the play. Net off its bearings, whistle will go with 1 minute and 56 seconds remaining here on the clock in the third period. Net off its bearings, and we'll see a timeout, it looks like. It's going to be called as the Bedford team is at the bench, and it's going to be a timeout, I think, for Bedford. Or Cape Breton's going to call their timeout, so I'll be back here as I catch my breath for the remaining minute and 56 seconds. So Chase Hardigan will pick up the assist on the goal. Here's a chance, Phelan shot into the chest of Purdy, and he'll hold on as Sam Purdy up big with a save there on the 6-on-5 is at net empty as Clara Burke sits in the bench and patiently waits, hoping her team can force an overtime here with 1 minute and 48 seconds remaining on the clock in the third period. Down by 1, 6-on-5. As now a little bit of confusion on the Bedford bench as they aren't able to get away, or they will be able to get away with the change there, as a very, very, very late change by the Bedford Blues, and they got away with it. Out there to take the draw is going to be Edison McPherson. It'll be one, though, centered out in front to the point for Markovich. He'll let a shot go. That one blocked. Back to the point. Walker's shot. That one sent just wide. As the Cape Breton County Islanders try to tie this one up as 90 seconds remaining here on the clock in the third period. Down low, Brown battling it against LeBlanc. Good job by Leo LeBlanc to keep it to the outside. Down low, Cagden. Him low for Brown. Back to the point for Walker. Walker lets a shot go. It's blocked by Brown. Another chance and a pad save by Purdy into the corner. Clearing attempt. Held in by Walker. Phelan towards the net. Brown lets it go. Another chance and a glove save by Purdy. Keeping their team up by 1. Sam Purdy with the biggest save of his afternoon here. As the ref will come over and chat with the coaches here quickly. Now a little bit of confusion. They'll get a timeout. The second timeout, this one called by Bedford. And I'll be back here in about 30 seconds time. A little bit of confusion. So with 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining on the clock, here in the third period, a timeout is going to be called by Bedford this time. And I will be back here in about 30 seconds time, as 30 seconds on the clock. Now the Islanders patiently, they're ready to go. They want to get back out there and keep the momentum that they had off the last goal and try to capitalize. So I'll be back here in about 20 seconds time here with the remaining 1 minute and 2 seconds of the third period. And welcome back here, folks. 1 minute and 2 on the clock. 3-2 the score. Offensive zone draw for the Islanders. They trail by 1. A big draw here for Cole McPherson, who brought his team back within 1 second after trailing by 2. Markovich shot's blocked. Phelan's shot is blocked by Armstrong into the corner. Armstrong clearing attempt. Held in by Cagden. Cagden centers. Armstrong receives. He'll clear it over to the short side. Brown trying to get to it. Towards the net. It's picked up. Here goes LeBlanc. Head up. Over center. LeBlanc trying to work around Markovich. And a great back check by McPherson. Heads up. That one just in front of the net. It's cleared away. And now Mark Phelan will chip and chase down the far side. Armstrong. Half a minute now remaining. Turns it over. Phelan shoots. Rebound loose. Still there. That one cleared out of harm's way. 20 seconds remaining. Cleared up to the point. Walker. He'll cycle it down low. Armstrong read it. He'll try to play it around Brown. LeBlanc up the wall. Markovich keeps. His shot there is elevated up over. 10 seconds remaining here in the third period. Up for Markovich. He walks. He shoots. That one is wide. 5, 3, 2, 1. And the Bedford Blues are your 2025-2026 U11A provincial champions. A 3-2 win for goaltender Owen Hudson and Sam Purdy here to cap off their season with a big 3-2 victory over the Cape Breton County Islanders. As I will leave you with the player of the game presentations here, as we'll wait to see who. A hard-fought season for the Cape Breton the Cape Breton County Islanders. Nothing to hang your head about. Brought it right down to the last seconds of the game and of their season. They'll walk away with a silver medal, and it's going to be the gold medal Bedford Blues coming out with a 1-goal win here to take the under 11 A Division Championship here in Truro. As we'll wait to see who is going to be the player of the game for the Blues and for the Islanders. So number 10, Cody Shepard, picking up the Player of the Game award for the Islanders. He had a goal in this one, a great game played up and down the sheet, as Cody Shepard getting rewarded for the MVP for the Islanders here in the championship game. As Edson McPherson, the game-winning goal and the MVP here in the championship game. As I will leave you with the visual of the player of the game, of the medal ceremony, but that'll do it here for me. I'm Lone Crows of High Button Sports. Stay tuned. Action coming at you all day here from the Truro Rec Center. But that's it for this one, folks. Have a good one, and we'll see you later and around the rink.
Number 26, number 27, Bedford. Number 28, Bedford. Number 40, number 68, Michael Bedford. Number 9, Cole Radford. Number 5, Brinson Parker. Number 11,